So at midnight the Xbox One X finally launched, and some of you guys may have even went for the midnight store launches just to make sure that you got it early. I have been lucky enough to have it in my possession now for a while thanks to the team over at Xbox UK, so it's now time to give you my final thoughts. And just like everything else on the channel, just before I jump into the full review, let's take a look at what comes in the retail packaging. So when you first open up the box, you will be greeted with some pamphlets that include a 14-day free trial of Xbox Live and a 1-month Xbox Game Pass, and also a quick start guide. Moving on from there, we have this white box that contains an HDMI lead and also the controller, which hasn't really changed at all since the last update, but it feels just as great as ever in the hand, and it does come with batteries, which in all honesty I wish they would just ditch already. And last up, of course, we have the power cord. So now onto the star of the show, the One X. When I first pulled this out of the box, my initial reaction was, damn, this thing is heavy, but considering they have crammed so much power and cooling into a chassis that is slightly smaller than the One S, I guess it's totally understandable. In terms of looks, the One X does share a lot of design aspects with the One S, but Microsoft has made some changes, like opting for that matte black finish instead of the white we've seen on the One S, and they have also ditched the dimples for a smoother, cleaner look. Other notable changes include the change in position of the Ultra HD Blu-ray player that now sits lower and just blends into the design, which I really love. On the rear, all the ports are just the same as the One S. We have a power port, an HDMI in and out, a pair of USB 3.0 ports, an IR out, optical, and of course an Ethernet port. Overall, I am a massive fan of the design. It will fit into any home theatre setup without any trouble at all, and definitely won't stick out too much. But deep down, I kind of wish that they had brought a white version out, and hopefully they do soon. Or maybe we will go ahead and mod ours. If you want to see that video, let me know down below in the comment section, and we will go ahead and pull our One X apart. So why would you buy a One X over the One S? Well, Microsoft doesn't call this the most powerful console in the world for nothing. Specs wise, there is no competition. We have a faster processor, faster GPU, and a bump from 8GB of RAM to 12GB, but most importantly, the memory has shifted from DDR3 to GDDR5, which in terms of speed blows the latter out of the water. So all the numbers do sound great on paper, but most people will only be caring about how well does this perform while gaming. Well, in all honesty, that will totally depend on what games you play, and also how well developers go ahead and utilise the One X's power. As Microsoft tell us, the key here is to look out for the logos on the games. You will have 4K Ultra HD, which will mean it will run at native 4K, and we will also have One X enhanced games, which will vary dependent, as I said, on developers, and we'll also see games that run at 4K 60 frames per second. So I spent way too much time testing the games out, and that is primarily why my review is going up so late. I'm just hitting your sub boxes now, so I do apologise for that. If you own a 4K TV that supports HDR, then prepare yourself for an awesome experience. I went ahead and tested some games that have had the star treatment, the first one being Gears of War 4, and from the minute I loaded this game up, I was blown away. Just look at the detail in JD Phoenix's face, and it doesn't even compare to the grainier variant on the Xbox One. The detail here is absolutely stunning and provides an awesome depth. Playing through the campaign was an absolute pleasure as well. The HDR implementation is stunning, the high dynamic range and contrast just makes colours pop out the screen, and the blacks look super inky, giving you a super realistic gaming experience. While I had zero issues with how smooth the game plays, unfortunately this isn't a title that runs at 4K 60 frames per second, but if you would rather that, you can head into the options and turn on performance mode, and this will allow you to run the game at 1080p 60 frames per second, which I still feel looks great. So speaking of 4K 60 frames per second, I then turned my attention to Forza 7. I haven't played a racing game on console since Sega Rally, so please forgive my poor lines while racing. Overall, the gameplay again had me blown away. It was super crisp, and the textures and overall details, not only in the vehicles but distant objects, made it an extremely pleasurable experience. Last up, I played Assassin's Creed Origins, and honestly, when I started playing this, I couldn't stop due to how beautiful everything looked. With the HDR support, skies looked so realistic, everything was super vibrant, and the textures were just stunning. The draw distance on the One X compared to the original Xbox One is almost double, and this allows you to take advantage of all that outer city while up high and exploring. Another notable feature, thanks to the faster memory, is the transitions from Bayek to Senu. They now have no delay at all and it happens almost instantly. Overall, this is a must buy if you love stunning visuals in game. Overall, from a gaming perspective, I'm super impressed with what's on offer so far, and I certainly can't wait to see what's in store for the future. So you may be thinking to yourself, is the One X worth having if I don't own a 4K TV? Well, technically speaking, yes, because if it is an Ultra HD 4K game, then if you play it on a 1080p TV, it will utilise super sampling and make games look a lot better. Obviously this won't look as good as native 4K, but it is definitely a massive improvement. But with 4K HDR TVs now coming way down in price and they can be picked up pretty cheap at the minute, I'm pretty sure that a lot of consumers will be heading this way in the very near future. And if you're thinking about picking up a 4K TV in the near future, then it might be worth just investing in the One X. So briefly talking about the interface, of course it's nothing new as we have seen it on all current Xbox One models, but I would say it feels a lot more fluid here, but we'll love to see it made a lot cleaner going forward. New options on the X include Dolby Atmos support and the ability to capture 4K HDR gameplay straight from the console, albeit you will need an external drive, but if you're interested in checking that out, my friend Bored at Work has made a nice tutorial. I will leave it linked down below in the description and it will show you exactly how to capture the 4K footage, and that is what I done for the gameplays that you've seen here. And honestly, when you take it from the hard drive and put it on your computer, it looks absolutely stunning. Okay, so let me summarise. After using the Xbox One X for some time, I am super impressed. It's a powerful machine packed into a small package and it runs just as quiet as the One S. Gaming on it was a pleasure and I really enjoyed trying out the enhanced games that I tested. And while it's priced at £450 here in the UK and $499 in the US, with the level of detail from the 4K supported games, I must say it doesn't seem expensive when compared to a high-end gaming PC capable of running 4K. And as an added bonus, we also have that 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray player for those who love nothing but the best in their home theatre setup. So should you buy one? Well, if you have a 4K HDR supported television and you like the look of the current game library, I would definitely say go ahead and do it. You will not be disappointed. If on the other hand you don't have a 4K TV and you already own the Xbox One S, maybe wait around for a little while longer till the prices drop and maybe go ahead and pick up a 4K TV first of all, then jump into the One X. Overall, price wise, I really can't complain. As I said, it's a lot cheaper than going ahead and building a 4K gaming PC. I'm not really going to be comparing it to a gaming PC or anything because we all know that you can get higher frame rates, but that's not the point here. So that pretty much rounds it up, guys. If you have any questions about the One X at all, any tutorials you would like me to do, if you want to see me modding it, etc., let me know down below in the comment section. And as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Massive thanks to Xbox UK for sending this out. Stay safe, be kind to each other, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.